Welcome back, trainers, and in this video I'm going to talk about the fear of investing heavily into a potential shiny that is rare. Say, I don't know, a Gible, right? Or maybe even a Timber, or let's say a Dino. And then a few months later they announce a community day. But beforehand, people were completely denying the fact that it could happen. Some people, not everybody. I don't know why they would do such a thing. Maybe because they think, oh, this Pokemon shiny should be extremely rare all the time. And I can't believe I did so many raids to actually get this thing. There's no way that they'll make this a community day. But next thing you know, they do, because, well, Niantic has a plan to probably make everything a community day in the future, aside from a few Pokemon, which I do have some ideas on, considering, I don't know, like Pokemon that don't have evolutions. But let's talk about this. What makes something valuable? When it comes down to it, technically, value at its essence in Pokemon Go is something that is going to help you win. Something that is strong or helps you win battles in, I don't know, Go Battle League, or it's just top meta for going up against raids. Simple as that. Otherwise, there are a few fluke shinies that you could potentially have, really rare ones that Niantic accidentally released, maybe wrong move Pokemon, very rare things in which those do hold some value for sure. But at the end of the day, what are they going to do for you other than sit on your digital shelf collecting digital dust? Nothing. Maybe you can score something super rare from somebody, which I don't know what you would trade that for, but you get my point here. There is really no value to a specific shiny. It is the value that you hold it to. That's it. If you spent a bunch of money on trying to get a Gible, you finally got one from a raid, well, that's $100 Gible for you, potentially, in memories, with raids, with friends, or whatever you're doing at the time, right? Same with any other shiny that it took you forever to get. Maybe you were out there raiding a whole bunch, or not raiding, but doing tasks for Dino, and yeah, finally were able to like go +1, who knows? So you should definitely be throwing caution into the wind when trying to power up one of these Pokemon if you do not have a lot of resources like Elite Quick or Charge TMs to get these moves, if you do decide to evolve them. And like I said, I mean, that is half the problem. The other half is people heavily investing in these things, spending a ton of money in the game, expecting that Pokemon to stay shiny, rare forever, but then they get a community day because they think that it would never happen. Folks, we've been talking about this for a long time. There is going to be many community days down the line. And not only that, but multiple of the same Pokemon with different movesets. So things are going to get a little bit crazy here. And maybe we should start really thinking about which Pokemon we want to power up. Because I remember back in the day when we kind of maybe needed a few more Garchomps on my team to complete a raid, maybe even just easier. We could have still done it, but just having the Garchomps would have made it a lot more smoother. It was an electric raid or something, I forgot specifically, but I just didn't want to invest in it. I just didn't want to invest and have more than 2 powered up Garchomps, because I knew the day would come where I'm going to have all these powered up Garchomps, good IV ones, because you're not powering up the garbage ones, and then, well, you're going to have those sitting around. When you're going to Elite TM those? No, and then it's going to get a better move. Then you're going to have your other 2 sitting around, powered up, invested in. So other than using an Elite Quick or Charge TM to get their Community Day moves, you're going to be stuck with a lesser Pokemon and a heavy investment. Was it worth it? Well, the way I look at it, from a good point of view, is if that was the case and I invested in a bunch of Pokemon and it got a Community Day move, and I say I made like 4 of them, well, at least I was able to do whatever I was trying to do at the time, whatever raid challenge or whatever I was trying to complete, right? Because I needed it then and there, so I used it. And here is my dilemma. It's a new Pokemon being released. I don't really do it as much anymore, but whenever we got a new Pokemon, I'd put in that rare candy, power it up to 40, go into the raids and test it out. And then since we got PvP, I would go in there and maybe test it out. I don't think it was too much PvP, but more so of the raids. And that's why I have a lot of things that are powered up without a community day move. And also a lot of them where before community days were even a thing, and I got it for a raid or something like that, or we just powered it up before it even had a community day. And I just said the hell with it. So we do have a Jinx here. Now let's talk about that. I said I wasn't going to give too much detail, but would we ever see a community day with a Pokemon that doesn't even evolve? I know Jinx has a baby form, so technically it does evolve, but it hatches from an egg. And people were saying that there's no way we'll see a community day where a Pokemon is going to be coming from an egg and there's no other evolution, kind of like Riolu into Lucario, right? How in the heck would that work? You're just going to have Lucario spawning all over the place? Well, I actually am kind of stumped on that, to be honest. I have a few ideas, but one I suppose I can just talk about really quick here is it would be kind of like a egg community day. You just go and start hatching a bunch of eggs. They wouldn't spawn, Riolus wouldn't be spawning in the wild. And or tasks, they could do it from that, but I don't think they would throw Riolus in task. We'll have to see. It's already a pretty set Pokemon. It doesn't really need a community day, but I have a feeling they're going to start changing the way they work and maybe start revolving them around more than just tapping on Pokemon blindly to find a shiny and then evolving them, which it's not a bad concept. Community days are absolutely amazing. I'm just saying, after so many years, something's going to have to give and a strategy is going to have to be switched up. But then again, when you have community days like Gible, what do they really need to switch? They're going to probably break sales on the Gible Community Day, like new records and new records of lag. You better believe it. You better get ready for some lag. Hopefully everything's sorted out, but I said it on my live stream. I'm definitely glad Alaska is one of the last places on the planet to get the Community Day along with Hawaii, because there's not going to be as many people playing. They're going to be tired and kind of maybe shut their game off, or who knows, maybe everybody's going to be looking at their nice shiny Garchomps. So folks, pretty much the whole point of this video is to let you know, if you're going to be investing in something a whole bunch to get a shiny, like the Gible, like the Dino, make sure you have this thought in the back of your mind. It will become a Community Day Pokemon. Well, at least these two will. I think Timber will as well. I think even Arcanine, or at least Growlithe will get one, and even Zubat. These are just a few amongst many others that we're going to be seeing. Even Krogunk, I think, will get a Community Day eventually, because it is a Pokemon that does not need to hatch from an egg, and people like it. But we don't need to like it to have a Community Day. Going to throw some weird at us like a Slackoth, although there's always going to be somebody that loves that Pokemon. So we're just going through all of my 100s here. I'm just, showcasing you what we have here, what I'm holding on to for future Community Days, or what I've already accidentally evolved, and unfortunately it is what it is. But there are a few on here that I would absolutely use an Elite TM if it did get, say, another Community Day or its first Community Day and I had one powered up and it was already 100. That's when I will make an exception depending upon what move it is. And this is, of course, maybe after I've done the Community Day, because I could find another one. But we're gonna completely max out our Aggron here, because it will be getting a Mega. It is a 100%. I do think Aeron will get a Community Day. I don't know what move, because I haven't gone and looked through. I'm sure if I, took a comb and went through, fine comb, and saw what it can potentially get, we can make a few guesses, but I'm not really concerned about that. I'm just letting you know my thought process here. So we get to the Gibles. I have two 100s. One is just going to be a straight up 100 that I do believe I hatched, and this one is going to be from my son. The last lucky trade that I needed to get to level 50. I couldn't believe this, and well, I've already been investing in it for the XL candies. Yeah, we're looking good. This thing is powered up quite nice. And then I was thinking, will we ever get a Snorlax Community Day? Munchlax hatches from eggs, so it's another one of those weird situations. Have a lot of those Rhyperiors 100. And then, of course, we do have the Shundo, and well, does not have a Community Day move, but I'm not really too concerned about that one there. We do have 100 Porygon Z, named Algorithm, with its Tri-Attack move, so I did have a couple of those ready to go, and I did evolve them. Maybe didn't need to. Maybe a little overboard, because it probably will get maybe another Community Day, who knows when. And maybe I'll find another Porygon 100 by then. I do have that Glade looking good for its Mega. It did have Synchro Noise. Meh. And then we do have this Shundo Conkeldurr, which once it gets to Community Day, I'm not going to even think about using a TM. I'm just going to instantly do it. We do have this 100 Scraggy as well. Another candidate for a potential Community Day for this. Not saying any of these are happening anytime soon. I'm just saying don't rush to do all these things, right? But at the same time, I don't want to hold you back from potentially evolving or using some of the 100s that you do have. If you want to use it, go ahead and have fun, right? I mean, do what you got to do, but You know, you may not ever find another one of those, and it may get a really good move. And if you don't have any elite or quick charge TMs, you're not going to be able to get it. So just kind of, you know, strategize around what you need to do. So Obstagoon, as much as I want to start investing in that XL, I think I already actually did. We're going to get the shiny, and I just hope I get a really good one so I can max that one out. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my soul.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!